All right, welcome back. We just did our fun little Halloween moment. So, of course, we are out of our costumes now. Carlene and I are back into our serious mode for the most part. But still, of course, Halloween weekend means we are getting ready to set our clocks back for daylight saving. I will be honest. Saving singular. Saving. This is not my area of expertise, I'll be honest. My mom calls me every year to remind me it's happening.
Yeah,
it's very sweet.
That's sweet.
Well, just the phones automatically do it now. So
Yeah, it's true.
I don't own a clock.
You don't even need, I know, my Amazon Alexa does it too.
Yeah. But still some questions people have. So Meghan Bragg, our verified queen, is here.
Hi.
Hi. What are some of the biggest things that you get asked? I know you do this story pretty much every
year.
year.
Well, first of all, I do have to say, it is saving. I can verify that. But you guys at home, listen, I say savings all the time. Yeah. And I just can't help myself.
It's just conversational.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up with savings. Yes. I don't know why. But
it's
anyways.
Like anyway or anyways.
Exactly.
Right. Like, who am I to correct?
Who am I?
Right.
Anyways, yes. But anyway you want to say it, I really don't care. Do what you want.
It's happening.
It's happening regardless. I really don't care. But I will, for purposes of being right, I'll say saving. So basically, we had a couple of questions about this. One was about opting out of it. Yeah. I know that there are some people who don't want to do this at all. North Carolina, as you know, Julie, is one of them, trying to do this bill time and time again. It has not passed. They really have presented this a couple of times. Lots of states have done this too.
South Carolina too.
Carolina too. Yes. So one of those things that it's always like, do we need this still? Like, isn't this for farmers? Like that whole thing. But so can any state opt out of daylight saving time? And that answer is yes. And that's because in 1966, Congress did pass the Uniform Act, and it gave states the option to just stay at standard time. And Arizona does that. Yeah. Yep. Hawaii does that. And then all the Commonwealths do that as well. Fun fact, my first station was in Saipan, which is a Commonwealth of the United States. Not a lot of people know that, but I remember not having to set my clock back at all, and I was like, wait, what are we doing here? Because they just don't do it.
They just don't do it.
They don't do it. Guam doesn't do it. Puerto Rico doesn't do it.
It makes sense for like places that rely on tourism a lot.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yep. So the answer to that is yes. And then the next question, or we actually didn't get this question, we just had this thought in our head, is it better for you to do this or not? And we spoke with the Cleveland Clinic, and they were telling us that it's actually better for your health, just because of your natural circadian rhythm.
Interesting.
Yeah. So basically what they're saying is, because there's more light in the morning, your body is more amped to get awake. Yep. And then when it gets darker at night, your body obviously produces melatonin.
Sure.
And so that the darkness helps. And so they say that actually this does help your body kind of regulate and operate better. But you need to adjust to it. So it takes about 2 to 3 days to have your body adjust to this time change.
I think so. 2 to 3 days. It takes me like 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, I know.
It takes me
Everyone's
going to
be in a mood next week.
We were talking about moods earlier. Like everyone's in a mood. But it's funny too, because I feel like as I get older, I used to be like, oh my gosh, it's so late, I have to go to bed. And now I'm like, is it too early to go to bed?
I know.
I'm like, it's 7 o'clock. Do I have to go? Should I go to bed?
If it's dark by 5 o'clock, you're like, what? Let's wrap it up. Let's call it.
So I was night side for the first 6 to 8 months I was here. And before that, I was on a morning show at my first market. So this is the first time I've been a normal 9 to 6 for the most part. And it took me 4 to 5 months to really
switch it back.
I felt like this week was the first week I've been it's 8:30.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just go to bed
Maybe
now.
I can go to bed now. I know, exactly. Yeah. So they're saying that this actually does help with your health and stuff like that. I know that it's, definitely something that everybody talks about, and a lot of people say we don't need to do this. Some others say we need to do this. So that's what we're verifying today.
It's kind of like how people have those, I don't, but those, is it Hatch, where the alarm clock lights up gently.
With a gently light, yeah.
Throughout the morning,
Yeah.
they're expensive, but
They
apparently they
are,
work
I
very
know.
well. 'Cause
Yes.
it like naturally wakes you up, especially if you live somewhere like, I mean, we've all lived, I think all of us here have lived in cold places before.
Yep.
Where, you know, it's just dark
Yes.
more in general.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe one day.
I have to get like, no matter any time of year, I still need 4 or 5 alarms to get me out of bed.
Oh, girl, I know you. I know you.
One,
know
Bragg
you.
can't stand me in the morning because I need at least I don't get up till at least my 4th or
Like
5th.
snoozing all of them.
I do.
too.
I don't
know.
remember the first 2. They don't even count in my head.
Those are just the
Those are just
test
yes,
runs.
The precursor.
Yes, the precursor.
You got to warm up the alarm clock first.
Yes.
Before
It's a
you're
Bragg
ready.
thing.
It's a
It
Bragg
must be.
We don't like to
See,
wake up.
We like to be in our bed.
We like to be in our beds.
Yes.
You mentioned the state legislatures too. Like, I don't see that happening.
No,
in
I
North
don't
Carolina anytime
either.
soon.
I really don't.
And it's every year they do.
Every year it feels like they present a bill, but it's just a lot of these. I mean, if you think about it, there's only Arizona and Hawaii. And
Right.
that do this, right? So it's, I mean, no other state is really.
Yeah.
We're all just keeping on,
Yeah.
but all of us still talk about it every year. Like, why do we do this?
Yeah, why do we do this?
You know.
First of all, North Carolina state legislature has bigger fish to fry at the moment. We have
Absolutely.
zero budget. However, I just think about even if we wanted to do that, we are, I mean, Arizona is kind of its own vibe.
Sure.
Hawaii obviously is.
Yeah.
North Carolina is on the eastern seaboard.
Yep.
And so all those other states
Yes.
that
Absolutely.
we'd be on a different everything.
Right.
Yes.
Can you imagine one,
And it
like the
wouldn't be-
Carolinas being different, especially
Yeah.
where we live, where there's so many people that live in one and work in another, or
Right.
vice versa. Like that,
Confusing.
that makes
Yeah.
things complicated. But you know,
Absolutely.
Arizona has like what, 3 states above it? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I do have to say the best time zone I was ever in was that central time zone, though.
Really?
Oh,
well, yes.
Loved that.
I liked it because I would, you know, if I was doing the night shows, they'd be at 10.
10.
Yep.
I mean,
Come on.
come on.
You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you
I've
want.
never
yeah.
lived outside of the Eastern Standard
Oh,
Time.
Central
so-
is
I like Central.
nice.
Okay.
All the
Maybe I'll
shows you
try
want to
it.
watch come on earlier.
Exactly.
Dancing with the Stars is at 7
The
instead
Super
of
Yes.
Bowls
8.
are earlier.
Super
I mean,
Bowls,
yeah.
your games are earlier.
Kind of great.
Anyway.
I'll give it a try. You know,
Maybe we do wanna-
Maybe one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Changed my mind.
Maybe I changed my mind. Yeah.
All right, Megan, when will you be on later?
I'm on at 6:15.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
All right.
So I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. If I'm not, I'm sorry.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
You should just be having us on anyway. Don't turn us off.
Yeah,
keep
watch
us
us
on.
all the
thing.
time.
We got 2.5 hours of coverage starting at 4.
You'll
so-
see her
right.
eventually.
You'll see her
I'll
eventually.
be in traffic at 4, so
That's
you'll see
right.
me at some point.
You'll see
Yeah.
Megan all the time.
all
That's
the time.
kind of Megan's
kind
whole
of my thing, you know? That's what I do here.
All Meg all the time.
All right, giving Megan's a couple hours of peace before traffic.
Yes,
We're going
thank
to take a
you.
break. Yeah.